guys, this is Jen of All Trades and welcome back to my tattoo series videos. Today we will be doing my hand tattoo, as you can see, and I'm just showing you the stencil right now. If you've not previously seen, I did do another video on a tattoo gun setup, or the machine setup to be prepared to do the actual tattoo. So I'm going to start by putting some Vaseline and petroleum jelly on the stencil. You want to lube it up real good, and those cheetah print, some of that little connecting part, you'll see it'll wipe off. I was just kind of playing around with some filler. I have my green soap, and for the ink that I am using today is the Kurosumi. It is my favorite outlining ink you can get. It's just the best according to me. I do have my needle set with a little bit of overhang. I'm showing you that now. To me, I like to see the needle when I'm doing my work. It just helps me feel like I'm doing it a little bit better. So with that, we are ready to go. And let's dip in our ink, wipe off the extra, and get started. Now let me say, I normally do start on the bottom portion just like this, so you don't wipe off the stencil. But for this tattoo, it is so detailed and the stencil has so much design in it. I'm going to start at the top because I'm going to be doing a dotting or blotting technique. I'm not wiping the ink away when I do it. If I did that, it would just smear black ink everywhere, all over the whole tattoo, and it would just look horrible and I would probably lose my stencil. So what I'm going to do is start at the top so that my hand's not smearing all over it as I'm going up. So we'll start at the top right here, and then we'll just dot it and just work my way all the way down to the end. I didn't do a whole lot of lining for this video as far as recording. I just wanted to kind of show you guys how I got started with it. And let me just say that I am not a professional, as you can see. I just like to do this for fun. So, you know, always consult a professional. This is just my personal way of doing things. So look, there's the line, and I just kind of blot it away. I'm not wiping it. It's very important with the detailed stencil to not lose that stencil. So the whole beginning portion of it is literally me just getting it on there. I'm not really concerned about how perfect the lines are, nothing like that from the beginning. I'm mostly concerned about losing that awesome stencil. So the first portion, like I said, I'm just going to just do this all the way around, keep blotting the lines as I go, just, you know, to make sure I can see the stencil well, and then I can go back over it. Once the stencil is on there and we're locked in and we're good to go, then I can go back over it and get the lines absolutely perfect in the way that I want them to be. And I know that might seem like a lot of work, but to me it's so worth it to get it the way that you want it to be and to not lose the stencil, because I would really hate to have to redraw that whole thing. So how you guys digging my 80s music? Taking it back old school. You know, YouTube doesn't have a lot of good selection from what I've seen, and it's so hard to deal with this copyright bullcrap, so this is the music we get. Yeah, you gotta kind of choose what you can. So yeah. So as you can see, some of that leopard print right there close to the actual tattoo is going to wipe off. It's just pen kind of drawing crap on there. And no, I was not tattooing it. I'm just kind of getting an idea. And I might do another video after this just to show you what I'm doing as far as the filler, because I gotta do something to connect the two. And the lining is done! Magically, it's all done! So as you can see, the lining is all done. And again, my lines are not absolutely perfect, but you know what? I'm happy with it, so fuck it. Alright, so I am now putting some water. I'm gonna dilute. I'm just diluting the black ink a little bit so I can go into some shading. I know that they do make gray wash that you can buy, and I know a lot of newer tattoo artists don't do the diluting anymore, but I've been tattooing for a few years now, and this is the way I started, and why change something if it ain't broke, right? So I did dilute it just a little bit, and I don't dip it as often because that's what you want. So the more you do it, the less ink is in there, the tube, which means it's gonna get more of that fading effect. So I'm just doing a little bit of shading. I want to show you guys how I'm doing that. I also did not switch to a shader. I'm doing this whole thing, which I guess I should have mentioned in the beginning. This is a 7-round liner, with of course a 7-round tube. And I'm doing the shading portion with that 7 liner as well. You can get a razor blade and separate the needles if you want. I've done that before to make it into a shader when you get to this point, but I just went ahead and went with it. The details are so small. I definitely can't use a mag, and so I just felt like this was just the best option. And I might still go back and add more shading to it later, but it works well for the purpose that I want. I might do another video as well, I probably will, on shading, a shading technique on how to get it smooth. It is a little bit more difficult to do with the liner, as you can see. But you want to get that real soft, kind of feathered out effect when you're doing it, so you don't hold the needle down all the way, you just kind of brush it like you're painting or something. And I didn't mention when I was doing lining, for lining I do like a sketch kind of technique. I know that it is so hard sometimes to get those perfectly straight lines all in one swoop, and some professionals even, you know, still can't do that. So I do like you're drawing, like you're sketching like a bunch of little strokes. I don't know if you saw that in that first portion, but if you want some tips on that or anything, then I can show you a little bit more in a detailed, more zoomed in recording. So I'm just shading in some of this stuff, and on this I am wiping it and also making sure to keep it lubed up real good as you go. That's gonna help the ink go in a lot smoother. And for this, I'm gonna speed it up a little bit and add a little bit some better music for you. I'm just going to finish up shading right now. Making it a little bit darker in the shell, and I'm not entirely sure that I'm done with the shading at this point. I'm done for this session, but I think I may end up going back and putting some more detail, some more shading into it, and then of course, like I said, I still have to go back and make the two between my cheetah / leopard print and this one kind of connect. I'm still not sure what I'm gonna do there, but that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah. See, extending the shading out a little bit and wiping it off. And I think that's about it. One last good swipe and lube it up again. There we go. Lube it up, girl. Lube it up. Well, alrighty guys, I hope you liked this video. Give me a big thumbs up if you thought it was helpful. Any questions, leave them in the comment section below and I will answer anything that you have. Like I said, I still need to fill in this section between the two tattoos, so more than likely I'll be doing another video on that once I figure out what to do. And as a reminder, on any and all of my tattoo videos, I am not a professional. If you have a shitty comment, keep it to yourself, because I really don't give a fuck. This is just to help other people like me who want to learn how to tattoo. I'm here for you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye!